Good evening. How is everybody doing? Welcome along to D8 Dungeon and our latest episode of Saving Grace. I'm Declan, and I am your dungeon master slash tormentor, I guess. If it's anything to go by the last couple of weeks. If you are just joining us for the very first time, I don't know what's wrong with the subs. They don't seem to want to come through. I will tinker with those in the back. Just to make sure I've got those correctly. So what I'm telling you what, I'm going to hand you over to Eilish. Eilish, can you tell people who DA Dungeon are and all the other bits and pieces while I frantically try and fix the subtitles?
Yeah, so we are D8 Dungeon. We are a group of tabletop role-playing gamers and enthusiasts, and we come from all over, but mostly Ireland. And we like playing different tables, but predominantly D&D. And we have a bunch of different things on the go at the minute. We have Saving Grace, which is what you're currently watching. Then we also have Romancing the Dungeon, which is a podcast that's out every second Friday. We have TTRPG Trials, which is every second Thursday. We have Ben and Declan on a Roll, which is on alternating Thursdays. And then, what else? Am I missing something? We will have more things because Declan loves to keep himself busy coming up any second now. No, we've got a couple of different things on the go that we're very excited about, and they will be coming out very soon. Details to follow. You can find us on most social media at D8 Dungeon, and that the best place to keep in touch with us is on our Discord, where most of the cool people on the internet are. And I was not paid to say that. It might not be because I'm one of them. Anyway. So yeah, come hang out and chat and ask questions and get involved. We're always looking for new people to come join the fam. So that's who we are. Declan is still frantically messing. So I will also tell you about.
Oh, because it worked for like a split second. So keep doing the thing. Keep doing the thing.
I briefly saw something there.
Yeah,
I think you were there.
But they look when they go behind the box, they disappear. So what have I done wrong?
Can you move that first one?
Oh, I think I know what I did. I'm not a smart boy.
If you're new around these parts, D8 Dungeon is world renowned for their technical difficulties. Case in point, our subtitles box. Believe it or not, people have asked us how we use our subtitles.
I got it. Shh. Stop slagging me off. I got it.
Oh, they are.
I don't got it. I don't. But like
they're there.
No, I know they are. But like I.
I got it.
It's still good. Okay. I need you to say more stuff because I need to figure out the bounding box again.
Okay, so what else? Oh, we have a wonderful partnership at the moment with our pals in Mystery Dice Goblin. They're a UK-based TTRPG accessories company, and as you might tell from the name, they specialize in mystery dice bags. Declan may or may not have a proclivity for said bags and can be bribed accordingly should you be at one of his tables with said mystery bags. And they have kindly given us a discount code where if you put D8 in at the checkout, you will get a lovely 15% off. And as part of that, we get some of the kickback, and we put that money towards our shows, towards production costs, art, music, all that kind of fun stuff. And you can check out all their lovely things on their website at Mystery Dice Goblin and put in D8 at the checkout. That was a wall of text.
but it did say put it in the chicken. So that's what it
Close enough.
Do not put it in the chicken. It'll only work if you put it in at the checkout.
Now it said checkout. Okay.
I have to enunciate.
Enunciate, darling.
At least Byron's posh. It's fine.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. T, do you want to tell us a little bit about our new heart points?
Absolutely. So we now have heart points. So if you want to interact a bit more with the actual game as we play, you can use heart points for posture checks, hydration checks. Please make us drink more water. We're all chronically dehydrated. And if you do quite a lot of points, if I believe, you can actually win D&D. You know, that's a pretty good thing to win. Yeah, for like 500,000.
It's nothing. It's barely anything.
So you're feeling very generous.
Listen,
Go
if
ahead
I
and do
know the
that.
D8 dungeon people, like, and I know the D8 dungeon people, there is somebody out there right now that's like, challenge accepted. I will bank my points until I have 500,000 channel points or heart points.
But yeah, if you want to, you know, hydration check. Up.
Does Red Bull count?
But
Thanks,
does Red Bull count?
First ingredient's water. It's fine.
Water.
The first ingredient is water, and the rest.
we don't talk about that.
Magic.
But yeah, there you go.
And then before we dive into tonight's episode of Saving Grace, Soph is going to give us a recap on the last episode.
Right, here we go, guys. Buckle in. So we started last time, Grace waking up in a beautiful room in this mansion. I'm kind of confused because that's not where they had previously found themselves to be. They got up, went to the mirror, and noticed that it wasn't their own reflection staring back at them, but instead of this beautiful elven lady, if I remember correctly, who pretty much gave Grace a warning to, like, get out, there's danger, and there was some freaky shadow things in the background that tried to get Grace. Then we shooped back to where everyone was in this hallway, where the door had disappeared, and there was other corridors about. Xander went to go open one of the doors after everyone couldn't decide where to go, and we followed some footprints, and looking through, like, the keyhole, he saw his dead fiance, so he was like, no. So opened another door really quickly and flooded the entire hallway with water because the door led to a massive underground cave lake, which is great. We love that. So while everyone was trying to learn how to swim for the very first time, Xander, like a freak, scuttled onto the ceiling. Chouette became a bird, so he was fine, but Byron and Grace weren't so much. And something big entered the water. We don't really know what that is. So getting into the big cavern, Grace and Byron struggled a little bit, you know, a little bit of drowning, a little bit of acidic skin melting off. But we managed to get them out, which is good. Byron then left to go into the next room, and Xander found a portrait painting of said elven woman from Grace's dream, vision, whatever it was. So there's kind of a mystery surrounding this lady and whether or not she was kidnapped by some freaky dude in the house or who she was. But thankfully, after some hardships, we went into this beautiful ballroom. There was a magical feast. Everyone got a long rest. It was beautiful. Grace and Xander both were dancing with their deceased lovers, but that was fine. They looked alive until Chouette is kind of pointing out, like, no, guys, you're dancing with ghosts. This is bad. Please stop this. And that's where we left. I think that's everything.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I before we jump into tonight's episode, I do want to flag something for the players. Yes, you might be accruing heart points as you watch along if you have the stream open on your own devices and such. Stuff like the posture checks, hydration checks, knock yourselves out. Stuff like giving yourself inspiration, probably off the cards. So if you're on stream and you decide to spend 1,000 heart points to inspire, it won't count on this stream. So I'm going to ask you to give it to somebody else in a different one of the other shows that we run here on the Twitch. I said that like my nana, as if she watches the Twitch here on the Twitch channel. So just and any complaints can be redirected to my agent Roz Scrapers, and they'll be dealt with very, very promptly. Okay.
I don't even know if I have heart points or where to even find them. So like,
Huzzah!
Yeah.
The other thing I want to, because we said we were going to do this and we have forgotten. I don't know. Can people hear the background music? There should be a little bit of background music. It might be too low. I can turn it up a little bit. But there should be a little bit of background music playing on the stream.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. What's the
We can't hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, Zul hears it. That's fine. The rest of you don't matter. Zul's able to hear it. That's okay.
They get the atmosphere, but we don't.
I
Never
think it might
gonna
be-
know when the big boss is near.
It might be too much for us, Eilish. Too much atmosphere.
Our anxiety is already through the roof.
Okay. I've brought it right back down
true.
again. So yeah, it would make sense that you wouldn't be able to hear it. I've brought it right back down again, as well, kind of to where I had it at. So if it's still kind of just there in the background, great. But if it is too loud, let me know and I can adjust it. So that's the other thing. And someone needs to remind me at the end of the episode, because we said we would do this and we keep forgetting to do it. But the saving grace take on stars and wishes at the end of a session. And just for that sort of gothic flavor, we are going with echoes and laments. So your echoes will go to another player or the DM around the table for that choice moment in tonight's session. Your lament goes to the future and what you might hope for your character as our story progresses. All good?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with our players still a tad loud at times. Okay, I'm gonna bring it down a little bit further. Hopefully that's okay. It should be kind of hitting around minus 30, minus 25. But I'll keep an eye on it anyway. As we step in time with the music, Grace and Xander, you find yourselves swept up into the decor of it all. The air is hot. You can clearly smell the smoke, the sweat. You can smell the wine and the food. Your ears are ringing with the sounds of the conversation and the music, and you just see this particularly long, wide, luxurious room, overly decorated, and just these long tables spilling out with food and people sort of milling around in different places. And in the far corner towards the back of the room, you do see the musicians, and both of you give me wisdom saving throws.
Okay. Not my best. Nope. A 7. Wonderful start.
Trying to find all my many dice and never the ones I'm looking for. Oh jeez. Ooh. That was 5.
Oh, we're doing so well.
It's strange. It's just with all the movement and all the people around you, and as you step with the music, kind of your frame wrapped, Grace, in the arms of your dance partner, Xander. Your head is spinning because for a moment you see her. It's completely and totally it's her. It and then her head turns to face you, and you see this woman, like, very similar features, but her eyes are different. The color of her hair is different. Sh- She's half elven, and she blushes when your eyes kind of meet hers, and the room just spins around the pair of you. You both hear quite audibly a door bang shut, but it's lost in the rhythm of the music. It's lost in the um, sort of the screeching of strings. And Xander, her eyes as they meet yours, and you immediately kind of see her look down. I I don't believe we've been formally introduced.
No, I don't think we have. Xander Vermisier, pleased to meet your acquaintance.
Um, Guinevere Blackmuir, charmed.
I will just kind of like bow and kind of like kiss her hand politely.
Do you happen to know my father, or perhaps my granduncle?
I don't think we have been formally introduced either.
Oh, you must be one of the people from Crag Farnham then.
Yes.
How do you how do you find the house?
Oh, it's beautiful. Not like anything I've seen before.
Indeed, it's quite large.
It is, yes.
And what is it that you do, Mr.
Oh.
Vanity?
I'm a monster hunter by trade.
I'm so sorry. You're a what?
Monster hunter.
Is there much to be made in that vocation?
Well, it depends, really, on the job, what people are offering.
I see. And only because you have her in your arms, you feel her body tense.
It's not the most glamorous, I guess. Apologies, I hope I haven't offended you.
Oh, no. I've just never met anybody in that line of work.
Now you have.
Give me a performance check.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Skills. Performance. Okay. Okay, 16.
The music shifts. It's moved from sort of a livelier waltz into something much slower, and you do see quite a few people do part ways, but in solicitor. There we go. It's been said now. You see them. That will be remembered. Just FYI. That will be really, really remembered. um, you see a lot of the pairings that were on the dance floor part ways and sort of bow and so on and so forth. But when the music changes, your body kind of goes with it, it's that sort of well trained, well sort of used to the rhythm and the kind of the switch in the song, and you like she kind of looks at you for a moment, kind of waiting to see what you're doing. You're quite light on your feet, Mr. Verdissier.
Plenty of practice. This wouldn't be my first party.
And this would be dancing practice.
Yes, I guess.
And she kind of blushes a little bit more. Have you come with many others this evening?
There's a few of us, but I seem to have lost track of them.
I'm not keeping you from them, am I?
No. I hope I'm not holding you back.
No, not at all. Why is everybody in chat making fun of the fact that I can't say words? It's just, I could just, because I have to produce this evening, so it's just out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, and he also can't say the word points.
Just go stop saying words altogether.
I'm going to be the silent DM. Shush, Declan, go back to the spooky. She does, yeah, she holds you, again, like in the way that you like her hand is kind of like, you feel the kind of the grip where it was soft to the touch, Xander. Now she does seem to kind of at that sort of, I'm not holding you from anybody, you're not holding me from anybody. She does. She seems to be enjoying your company quite a bit. Grace, the music has changed. Your partner bows at you. Sort of a burly gentleman, maybe in his late 30s. It doesn't look familiar. And you hear kind of the tone of the song has shifted, and the rhythm has slowed. And yeah, it is a moment where you are just sort of standing on the dance floor alone.
Ooh.
What are you doing?
I'm going to kind of like look at this person because obviously I was dancing with my dear beloved late husband, and I'm gonna just kind of trying to remember all the years of training and be like, apologies, good sir. I never formally introduced myself, or you never introduced yourself to me either.
He kind of turns back. You had been dancing with Thane, your husband, and there is something about this man that kind of resembles him a little bit. It's the very square jawline, that sort of the rusty kind of flecks in his beard, but his eyes aren't the same. The way he holds himself isn't the same, and he's about half a foot shorter than Thane. And he just, again, he bows his head at you. Victor McDaniels.
Grace. Dornfield.
And with that, like as he kind of nods at you, he does kind of turn back and he moves over to a table where a bunch of people are kind of mulling around and just talking.
Okay. After that, Grace is going to be a bit kind of like, and look around to see if I can see the Metamoons.
Give me a perception check.
Do-do-do-do. 18.
You don't see anybody you recognize. And it's that thing, Grace, as you kind of maneuver off the dance floor, over your shoulder, like kind of looking around for somebody. It is that moment of, oh, there's a lot of people here. There seems to be quite a big social gathering at the house. On the dance floor, one of only a handful of couples, you recognize Xander. He is in the arms of half-elven woman. She looks vaguely familiar. There's something about her that you kind of seem to recognize. What did you get on your perception check?
I got a 19. Oh, sorry, 18.
On that, it's not even. It's that thing. You know where you kind of recognize her from. She looks vaguely like the woman you saw this morning. There seems to be some sort of family resemblance.
Okay. Grace is going to kind of just like start moving through the crowd. They're not going to straight up grab Xander, but they're going to like move closely enough that he'll be able to like see that they're kind of like they're just gonna kind of open their eyes a bit widely for a second before letting it mellow, like as they walk by and try and find somewhere that's less densely populated, I guess.
Yeah. Xander, just kind of as you and Guinevere sort of shift kind of from one foot to the other in sort of a semicircle on the floor, you do catch Grace just sort of slipping from one side of the room to the other, and she's standing. Grace, you kind of find yourself close to one of the fireplaces in the ballroom. It's a little warm seasonally, so the fire doesn't seem to have a lot of people gathered around it, so it's a little quieter. Is there anything else you want to do at this point, Grace?
I want to see if I can see Byron or Shuyet around.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Would I have like noticed Grace like giving me like a look, or
Yeah, you did catch their eye. Like there was that moment where you did kind of like like Grace seemed to have acknowledged you. You kind of caught her eye.
Okay. If the music starts to lull at all, Xander would just kind of turn his attention back to Guinevere. Did you say it was? Miss Blackmore, if you please, excuse me.
Oh,
The dance has been lovely.
There's a set in and she kind of looks to the band, and you kind of see her kind of make a nod, not so very subtly. Perhaps maybe some refreshments, and then I could trouble you for another dance. You are probably the best equipped man for the next performance.
You flatter me. Thank you, of course.
You would be saving me.
Well, I don't know about that. If I'm able to take my leave at that point, I'll just kind of slip over to where Grace is.
She holds your hand for a moment, where you had kind of cupped hers in that lead. As you kind of go, she kind of, they lock for a brief moment, and then she lets you slip through.
I kind of give her a polite bow, Miss Blackmore, and make my leave.
And again, she gives kind of a short kind of curtsy, and she moves to one of the tables on the other side of the room.
Okay. I will find Grace.
Grace, what did you get on your wisdom saving throw?
I got a 15.
It's that thing of, there were more people here. There were more of you, and in that moment, you recall the door slamming, and that came from the opposite end of the ballroom, with the, like, on the northern wall. And then you eye Shuyet. He's close. He's near enough to the musicians, and he just seems to be standing in or near a doorway, just staring down a corridor.
When Sandra gets closer to Grace, Grace is going to say, do you recall, like, kind of speaking with like a bit of a smile on their face, so if anyone looks over, they don't look so like freaked out. They're going to say, do you recall earlier when I told you that a lady tried to, essentially tried to, I don't know, lure me, kill me, I don't know what it is, and she turned into a pretty terrifying thing?
Yes, in the garden.
That lovely looking lady you were talking to, bears a eerie resemblance to her.
Okay, good to know. Yes, she told me her name was Guinevere Blackmore. Asked if I knew her father, so...
That would make sense. Maybe daughter of that visage that I saw earlier. By chance, who did you start dancing with?
My late Emily.
And then you realized that it was not.
Correct. I didn't want to be rude.
Understandable.
So from that, I presume you ended up dancing with someone who you didn't think you were?
My late fame. And I ended up dancing with a gentleman called Victor Daniels, who seemed quite eager to leave after our dance.
Interesting. And do you see the others?
Shuyet is over there in their usual way, seeing things that we might not be seeing, probably mulling over something that was said, but they just seemed quite transfixed on looking out that way. I haven't seen Byron, but he should have been here. He was up here first.
Yes, unless he is run off somewhere else, or it's a big crowd, so maybe.
True. There are quite a lot of people here. A lot. Let's go over to Shia. He might have something. Maybe he's found yet another diary.
Maybe. Hopefully not mine. I laugh and I walk over to Shuet.
You see Shuet standing in the doorway that ye had come through, just staring back into the underground lair. Completely and totally, almost entranced, staring into the dark cavern beyond.
I just kind of put my hand on his shoulder.
He doesn't react.
Not enjoying the party.
He doesn't say anything.
I kind of go to follow his gaze. Try to meet where he's like staring at.
Give me a perception check at disadvantage.
A disadvantage. Okay, that's could be worse. Perception 16.
It is pitch dark in that room beyond. The little light that seems to escape from the ballroom down the short stone steps into the underground cavern, Xander, is swallowed. You can, like, with the band kind of taking a rest between sets, and the conversation further beyond down the halls, you can kind of make out the sound of the water in the cavern. And for the faintest of moments, you saw somebody move in the dark.
Maybe sure it's best if we close this door.
They nod.
And I go to close the door.
He steps forward to close the door.
Okay.
He steps through, and the door slams behind him.
Okay, not ideal. Not what I meant. I quickly look back to try and find Grace.
Grace is literally just kind of
Right there.
right behind her. Yeah.
Okay, you understood what I meant, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Did Shuya close this door behind him, or did it just kind of like slam behind him?
The door slammed shut behind him.
I don't think he did that intentionally.
Can we open that door?
Give me a strength. Give me an athletics check.
Can I help?
Yep. That'll give you advantage.
Okay, I'm gonna need that. Oh, okay, 18. Damn, that's a -1 to that. So
you pull on the door, and for a moment, Xander, it doesn't give. And Grace, you get kind of behind, and you also kind of against the doorknob. You get the pair of you pull together. The door swings open, and it looks to be kind of like a small storage room. It's filled with crates. There seems to be sort of like, this might be kind of a storage space for the band or the musicians. You can see kind of an old harp.
I start patting the back of the storage closet.
It's just a closet.
Oh, Right. We should just try and see if there's an alternative way out of here, I think. And maybe we'll find Byron.
Well, I know it's probably best that we don't split up.
Yeah, no. Grace is going to kind of like put their hand out and be like, let's take a turn of the room.
As Grace, you extend your arm to Xander, and you both turn to take in the ballroom in all of its grandness. You hear the musicians picking up their instruments, and as the pair of you turn, just standing a couple of feet away, Guinevere Blackmore, half-elven young woman, very, very short, brown hair, kind of just above the shoulder. She's wearing a very, very light, kind of burnt orange gown, and she just holds a hand out to you, Xander. Oh, apologies, Mr. Bernice. I'd hoped to steal you to myself for this next set. I don't suppose I could persuade you to lend me the gentleman? And she looks to you, Grace.
I don't make decisions for the gentleman. And Grace is just kind of look at Xander like, hey, it's your call.
Everything's been so spooky. No, I promised you I would return, so I'm a man of my word. He kind of throws Grace a look of like, this is not a great idea. I'm sorry I said we shouldn't split up, but and I will just kind of like mentally say to her, just like, stay close.
Grace is going to be like,
she takes your she kind of gives you kind of a half a bow, Grace, and then taking your hand, Xander, she kind of leads you kind of back onto the dance floor, and it's you see a ring of people kind of formed on the dance floor. And again, it is just the music picks up and it has a bigger kind of lilt to it. Like it's faster, it's a bit more lively, and it's kind of like the music that you first heard when you came in. Like it has more of a kind of a reel to it than anything else. And she takes your left hand. And an older gentleman takes your right as this ring forms on the dance floor, and the music kicks off, and a circle dance begins as the crowd kind of surge forward, hands are raised, and then they begin to kind of move clockwise, pulling out, and then arms kind of twisting. Grace, you do see people seem to be both the dancers and the musicians, as well as the crowd, people are clapping along to the rhythm of the music. People seem to be really, really enjoying themselves. There seems to be a wonderful air about the ballroom.
okay. Grace is gonna stay pretty close to, I suppose, if there's any like people watching really closely, just so they don't lose kind of sight of Xander. But they're going to kind of scan opposite them to see if they can spot Byron at all, with like little quick glances to either side.
Give me a perception check.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that was a 12.
You don't see Byron at all. And it is that thing of like you're trying to keep your focus. You're trying to keep your eye on Xander. The idea of the pair of you splitting up, probably not a good idea at this point, given two other members have kind of vanished into the house. But you start to steal these very quick glances, and you see just these wonderful people in their finery. Like it does. God, Grace, how long has it been since you were at a function like this? And you start to feel yourself being drawn into it. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Ooh. Bloody hell. Okay, that's fallen and gone. Sorry, I need to get fresh dice. somewhere. You'd think I'd have some dice since I bought like 6 sets at AdventureCon.
I know. I only realized I haven't cracked open the dice my husband got me for my birthday, and they are these gorgeous, gorgeous purple dice.
Oh, pretty.
And even better, they have. Is it not? Oh yeah, they're. Oh, you can't really see them because of the red light, but they are.
Oh, the liqueur ones.
Yes, but they've little Gengars in them
Oh my
as
God.
well. So
Amazing.
I'm mad about them.
Yeah, I got like far too many. I made myself a custom set of like Pride dice from their like mix and match ones, which I spent maybe half an hour looming over, trying to pick. Okay, so that is a. You said, what was that? Perception? Or wisdom saving?
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, so that was a 14.
Your hands, you lose yourself in the music. And you start to clap in time with the others. And again, it's like you blink and a moment passes and you're now holding a goblet of wine and you can taste it on your lips. You can feel a mouthful of it in your belly, and someone passes you a small little china plate filled with very kind of beautifully kind of cut pieces of fruit and cheese. And people just, like, the sway of the crowd pulls you in. And on the other side of the room, you lock eyes with the Grey Lady.
Oh, shit. Okay. Seeing her, Grace is going to instinctively cast protection from good and evil.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
God damn.
She's a real party pooper, this Grey Lady.
Haha. Dirty 20.
Nice.
Okay, I'll come to this in a moment, because as the dancers, it's the sort of the third run of the circle, and there's a moment where it's just the crowd, the musicians, and the dancers, and Xander. It's like muscle memory. Your right foot does the same thing. Everybody stomps on the last note, and immediately on that, as sort of like a drumming beat and a cue, the circle dance splinters off, and people partner up and couple. And Guinevere takes it this time. She takes the lead. She's guiding you around the dance floor as people partner up. There wasn't even an option for anybody else to try and take you, and you saw many a woman and gentleman had been kind of trying to catch your eye during the circle. Somehow you and Guinevere, as the circles had kind of opened and closed and moved, you'd kind of you were at opposite ends of that dance, and she still managed to weave her way through the crowd. And again, she kind of leads you, and it is a very, it's a swooping low as you go down together, and then she brings you back up, and it's a version of the circle dance where your kind of arms are open wide, and you begin to spin, and the circle closes. We don't have long. You don't belong here, Mr. Vernicier. You have to get out. Yeah.
How?
Find the exit. She's coming.
Who?
The nightmare. She'll devour all of you. You feel her trembling.
I just kind of like clutch her hands tighter to try and like, steady her nerves a little bit. Can I stop her?
I don't know what kind of monsters you have come up against, Mr. Vernicier, but I do know whatever she is, you have not faced anything like her before.
Have you met her?
She's the reason I'm trapped. And her body goes completely and totally limp in your hands. Heavy. It almost pulls you down. And for a moment, Xander, the room, again, in a blink of your eye, the room shifts. It is rotting. It is dilapidated. Parts of it have collapsed. And underneath a broken, dusty chandelier, you see the skeletal remains of a woman.
Am I holding the skeletal remains, or
you? It is that moment where she almost becomes a dead weight in your hands, and then you see a body under the chandelier.
Okay. Is it still wearing clothing?
It's very, very decayed.
Okay.
But it looked to have been some sort of gown.
Okay. He kind of takes a step back and quickly looks around for Grace.
You can see Grace clapping and smiling.
Okay. I just make a beeline for them and just kind of grab their shoulders and shake.
She, as you go to pull away, that grip she had earlier on, where you slipped from her fingers to Grace, she's now holding your wrist. There are 3 keys. You have to find them.
I will.
You won't.
I promise.
But you have to try anyway.
I will.
Cold iron. Shattered glass. Drowned in sorrow. My granduncle hid them. And that moment where you pull from her, Xander,
Yeah.
the whole ballroom it's in ruin. And there is this stench of mold and death. And you see some of the tapestries are just mounds of mush. The fireplaces are dark and cold. Many of them have crumpled in on top of themselves. And you see Grace standing there frozen like a statue. You are not alone. And you start to hear movement. Grace, your eyes lock on the Grey Lady. And you can taste the mold on your teeth. You can feel the swill in your stomach. Acrid vinegar bubbling. You catch yourself as you feel the sick rise, and you swallow hard, spitting out the remnants of the rotting fruit and cheese. She doesn't move. She's just standing there.
Grace is going to try and take a few deep breaths to stop from continuously throwing up, and they're going to look around for Xander.
You see Xander still in the middle of the dance floor, and behind him you see a spectral form of a young elven woman, half elven woman.
Yep, Grace is going to cast Protection from Good and Evil.
Yep. Again, you draw on the magic around you, and when you pull on it, the whole room lights up for a moment. And Xander, you hear Guinevere's voice shift into this screeching death rattle. And this force shoves you forward, kind of almost spilling into Grace. There are bodies moving. The ballroom was empty. And out from under the rubble, you start to see creatures emerging. We're going to roll for initiative.
No.
Yay! Oh, God, spooky. Woo! 21.
Shit. 10.
Okay. I need 2 seconds to roll my initiative.
Maybe Chouette and Byron are having a wonderful time. Wherever they are.
Having a great old time with tea and crumpets.
We've gone for ice cream. What are you guys doing?
Damn it!
Okay. Okay, so not a great roll for... So 21, Xander.
Yeah.
Grace, you got a...
Big fat 10.
Okay. And then... Where am I? Okay. Then 12 for Guinevere, and then 10 for Grace. Okay. Byron, the music plays behind you, and as you see her, this woman, this phantom, turn on their heel and slip through the crowd, make their way through the doorway. You, in your heart of hearts, you know who she is. You know every inch of that woman. You slip through the crowd. You spill through the doorway behind her, and it closes fast behind you. You're standing in a bedroom. This beautifully ornate, decorated, grand room. It reminds you of the one from home. Maybe a little bigger. Maybe. It's been so long. This huge, sprawling bed, 4-post, heavy curtains draped along the walls, crackling fireplace, burning, sweet smell of perfume mingling with musk. For a moment, it reminds you so much of home. And you just kind of hear someone you hear the blankets, you hear the blankets shift. You're not alone in the room.
He's gonna move over to the edge of the bed.
There is most definitely somebody else under here.
He's gonna pick the duvet up and
You're gonna like trying to like just like shake it up into the air almost as it's kind of
because of that sense of familiarity. This is a person that he would have been quite playful with if it's the same person I think it is. So yeah, just to like be like, wake up.
Excuse me? Who are you? And you see a woman in a rather light nightdress, elven, long blonde hair, kind of tidied away in kind of a cap, like a kind of mesh cap. And she immediately kind of grabs at the blankets and kind of pulls them up.
I beg your pardon. I must have the wrong room.
How did you get in here?
With the door.
Could I ask you to leave, please?
Yeah, where the other woman? Is there another exit?
Is there another exit? I'm so sorry. Do you happen? Where do you think you are?
The Blackmore Estate?
Okay, we've at least settled that you know what building you are in. Are you one of the servants? Have you come down with some sort of dizzying amnesia of sorts? I can forgive a transgression if obviously you're not well, but this is no way to greet the lady of the house, I'll have you know. And again,
the lady of the house? I didn't think there was anyone in residence at this time. I'm the lawyer.
You're... I'm so confused.
That makes two of us.
What time is it?
He kind of glances out the window. Is it daylight or?
It looks to be kind of late morning. And you can't... There's just this heavy rolling fog outside, but there is enough light that you could best guess maybe late morning, early afternoon.
I do beg your pardon. I seem to have lost some time. I came from the soiree downstairs, and now it seems day is breaking.
What soiree?
In the ballroom, there were at least 100 guests. You didn't hear anything? Madame, are you sure you're quite well?
I am very much in good humor, sir, though you are beginning to test the limits of my patience.
I do apologize.
You haven't even introduced yourself, other than your title.
Oh, my apologies. I'm Byron, Mr. Harkfield.
Your name I don't know. I'm so sorry. If are you here for business with my husband, or?
Yeah, I believe so. He wanted to get some of his affairs in order.
I see. What kind of affairs?
Well, I do have to respect my client's privacy when it comes to these matters. I'm sure he'll share it with you in due course.
Your client is my husband. You can
That's correct.
share whatever of his affairs that you are handling with me, his wife.
Yep, should your name be on the legal documents, I will be happy to do so.
My name is not on the documents.
Well, they've yet to be drafted. That's why I'm here.
Oh! Heavens! It's today! Oh, he's just promised for so long. But you're here now, Mr. Harkfield. He's going to sign the paperwork.
It would appear so.
I can't tell you the relief. It's been so long. And she kind of looks around the room. Does it take long to process?
No, if I accompany the documents myself, I can get it through in 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the weather and the form of the horses, you know.
You can have the finest of horses from the stables.
That's very gracious.
Anything to see this finished, Mr. Harkfield. Where do I sign? And she kind of looks at you.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I still have to sit down with your husband before we get any signatures on paper.
You can just have my signature, and when he signs it, it's done. And she gets out. She throws herself out of the bed.
Oh, goodness. Maybe I should come back when you're quite ready for company. I do forget my manners.
Give me a perception check.
Ooh. Oh, 14.
You see her reach for something on a small bedside table, and you hear the familiar sound of like metal kind of scraping against wood.
And is it a weapon?
Yes. She slips out of the bed, and she kind of just, with this energy, moves around the bedroom, and she's tying. You see her tie it. It kind of plunges now down her neckline. This long silver locket. What does one normally wear when they are signing papers to dissolve a marriage, Mr. Harkfield?
Well, I suppose that would be determined on whether or not you feel it's a happy occasion.
Mr. Harkfield?
Yes.
You are most wise. I hope my husband is paying you well.
Oh, very handsomely.
Wait yourself a moment. I could use an opinion. And you see her, she kind of moves towards you. She places a hand on yours. She's beautiful. She's, as far as elves go, you can't put exactly a number on the age, but if you were to kind of compare it to human appearances, probably hitting kind of her late 20s, early 30s. And she carries herself with just this energy. Her hand feels warm as it kind of squeezes yours. She takes you in for a moment. Like her eyes seem to kind of dress you from head to toe. And you do see quite a puzzled look. You have been traipsing through muck and swimming through underground lakes. She's a little puzzled, but her mind is preoccupied now with the thoughts of the paperwork and the days finally here. And she slips past you towards kind of a wall on the eastern side of the room, and she opens a very tall door, and you just see it kind of leads into kind of like a washroom area, and just this, it goes far beyond. Like it's like a walk-in closet. It seems to be sort of her vanity space, all in one. The door is left kind of ajar, and you can hear her. She's kind of talking to herself, half humming to herself. You have completely and totally lifted her spirits. What would you like to do?
He's kind of panicking now because obviously he knows there is no dissolution of the marriage. So he's like, gonna try and, while she's preoccupied, edge kind of back towards the door he came in, but is also very confused about where this other person that he followed went. So he's kind of trying to take in the room, but also backing slowly towards the door, maybe with one hand behind him, looking for the handle.
Yeah, your hand finds it. It's there. You can kind of feel it. Mr. Harkfield.
Yes.
May I, when the papers are signed, could I trouble you for some advice? I understand you represent my husband's estate, but once those papers, once we've both signed them, I would be a free agent.
Yeah, in theory.
There'd be no conflict in you representing me and my affairs.
It would depend on the circumstances. What did you have in mind?
I'd like to try and reconnect with my family. Is that something that you or your firm would be able to assist me with?
Yes, it's one of my specialties, is finding long lost relatives and undeclared kin, shall we say?
The door, as you kind of find the handle and you kind of go to open, take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Oh!
The door is wrenched violently back, and it almost tears your shoulder from the socket. It
Good
slams
heavens!
shut. The fire goes out, and it is pitch dark in the room.
Miss Blackmore?
There's no answer.
Madam? He's kind of like, can I see anything?
There's very little light coming in through the window. There's nothing giving off any kind of light in here. You can make out kind of the edges a little bit as your eyes kind of adjust, but it's very, very hard to see anything more than that.
Kind of knowing the vicinity of where the entrance to her vanity room was, he'll kind of be like, Miss Blackmore, kind of like feeling his way along the wall. Are you all right?
The floor underneath your feet squishes. like it
Oh,
sloshes,
I don't like it.
and there is just this smell of damp.
Against his better judgment, he's gonna dip down and kind of just delicately tap it and bring it to his nose to see what it smells like. Hoping it's not blood. It's blood, isn't it? Fuck. Okay, this has to be another illusion. Clearly, been spending too much time with spooky characters. I just have to leave. And the rest of them, they'll be fine. They can fend for themselves. No. Crikey. Who's there?
You can just hear these short, sharp gasps for air.
No, I don't like it. Show yourself. Miss Blackmore, is that you?
And you hear something rattle beyond the door.
The vanity door.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of meekly make his way towards it, brandishing. I don't even know what weapon he has. A mace, I think. A mace at his side. He's just gonna kind of push the door open with the mace. Miss Blackmore.
Pushing forward, your foot almost slips. The floor was wet where you were a second ago. Whatever's collecting here, it seems to be more of it. There's more blood here. And then the edge of your shoe finds something. You almost step on it. It's soft for a moment, and then it's hard. And then you just feel something clawing at the hem of your trousers.
He's gonna like hunker down and kind of try and gather her into his arms. What happened?
Julian. And she's shivering in your hands.
What? Why would he do this?
One of her hands lifts up towards her neck. And you see she is covered in blood, Byron. And now you know two things. That locket she had been wearing, it's not there. And neither is her heart.
Ooh.
There is just a gaping wound in her chest. And her hand falls limp. And you hear the last breath just leak out of her throat and through her lips.
He's going to kind of lay her gently back down and try not to panic.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Christ. Wisdom. Oh, I'm so good at that, but yet a 10.
You feel the panic take over. And you It's strange, Byron. There's nothing about this that you haven't seen before. There's nothing about this that you haven't done before. But something is different. And you are not alone in this moment. And as you lay Lady Blackmore down, you find yourself sink. And you can smell cold, stagnant air. And this thick, heavy swamp gas presses itself down on you as you sort of sink into waterlogged soil. And the figure in your hands, not Lady Blackmore. So that it's her. It's that woman in the ballroom. And she's so cold. And her eyes are so empty. There's so much blood. And hands just start to erupt out of the swamp, pulling on her.
He's gonna scramble towards her body and try and like wrestle with it. All the while getting more and more angry and filled with rage.
You reach out and you grab her hand and you pull as hard as you can, Byron. And your hands are wet. They are covered in blood. They are slipping with this muck and swamp. And she is pulled free from your grasp and she is dragged down into the bog. And you are alone again.
He's just gonna let out a wail of frustration because it's not the first time that he's had this recurring nightmare.
You've been given inspiration as well, Alish, from Zoom.
Ooh,
So
thanks, Sue.
you can add a D8 to an ability check or attack roll.
Nice. I'm probably gonna need it.
Your scream just echoes. And then it dies in the distance. And as you look around you, it is just this sprawling swamp. This mire of dead earth, drowned soil, bubbles of gas just erupting, and the consuming odor of death and sulfur and rot and decay. You are cold, and your body is sweating. And you see somebody in the distance.
Someone familiar?
Vaguely.
Stand up and brush themselves off and just head in that direction.
Mr. Harkness.
Do we know each other?
I am familiar with you and someone close to you.
Okay. Care to elaborate?
You are quite interesting. I can feel the hate twisting inside you, Mr. Hartfield.
He cocks an eyebrow and just says, "Life has not been kind."
No, it hasn't. Not from the very start. A foot in both worlds and rejected by both.
You could say that.
I could say an awful lot more, Mr. Harkfield.
His jaw just kind of clenches. What do you want?
I want to offer you something.
There's always a catch, so spit it out.
You remind me of her.
Well, you spend your life with someone, you're bound to pick up a few habits.
Though you are a little rougher around the edges than she.
It's not the first time someone's pointed that out.
I can give her back to you.
Name your price.
I want you to break Grace Stonefield.
Done.
A hand is extended through the fog. It is long, bony. The skin slips from it, and the gown that she wore once before drags up from the water.
He takes it and shakes once and drops it.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
12.
You might want to burn that inspiration.
Ah! 18. Thank you, Zoo.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay.
On the money. As you take her hand, a shiver runs through you. Not a cold. Something else. It's like your eyes are shut in the dark and you can feel something staring at you. It pierces deep into the depths of who you are. It knows everything about you. A power surges in. Gain a level.
Yes. Thanks. I will do it after.
Fail me, Mr. Harkfield, and I will make sure you never see her again.
I won't.
You will never know peace.
I won't. Promise.
And you're standing in the master bedroom.
He's just gonna make a beeline for the door.
I'm so sorry. Who are you?
Sorry, dreadfully sorry. Wrong room. I'll excuse myself. Ta-ta! And walks out and slams the door behind him.
You swing the door open, and you're staring into an empty, dilapidated ballroom, and at the far end of it, you see Grace and Xander, and they are pincered by these shuffling entities. In that moment, we cut back to Grace and Xander. Pulling themselves out of the rotten debris, you both see these twisted humanoid creatures. They clutch at. They seem to be searching, and you see one drags a heavy blade out of the earth, and the other one pulls just like a mound of iron with it as they lumber towards you. And Xander, it is your action. You might be muted. Sorry, Soph.
I am, thank you. So, are these kind of like zombie-looking things, or are these kind of like spectral entities?
They look more kind of human. They're not spectral like the ghost kind of behind you. They are more humanoid.
Okay. I will just lunge forward to the nearest one to me, and I'm gonna swing my sword at it. That is a 16 to hit.
Yeah, 16 hits.
Woohoo! 1d6 plus 3, 6, 9 damage. And then I don't think I have... Damn it, I should have done steady aim first to give myself advantage so I can get sneak attack. Ah well, I know for next time. Yeah, so that's 9 damage.
Okay. You swing out. You not without even kind of hesitating, Xander. As you find yourself in this rotting room, and these undead creatures kind of lumbering towards you, you just swing out with your sword, kind of leaping into action towards the nearest one. Your blade finds it. You swing, and when you do, it just catches it right into the arm. It doesn't even seem to flinch or hesitate. It has a humanoid visage, but where there should be eyes, there is just darkness. As your blade connects with its right arm. Yep.
Okay. Lovely. Okay, as a bonus action, I'm going to disengage, and if I have any more movement, just kind of take a step back.
It would have kind of taken your full movement to reach it.
Fair. Never mind then.
Okay.
That's
But
grand.
in that, as you like almost as you kind of ready yourself for this, this is the one carrying that large chunk of iron. Like it's not as, would say, well made or well crafted as a sword. Like the other one seems to be holding a blade. This one just seems to have a chunk of maybe something from the house, but it lumbers kind of forward. Its right arm that you had jabbed at it, it just reaches out to touch you. And that's a nat 20.
Well, that hits.
So 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 4 is 12 necrotic damage.
Oh, I don't like that. Ooh.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 13, please.
Okay, 1 second. Constitution. Okay. 19 plus 2, 21.
You pass. Okay, that's fine. As it does, you just its hands touch you, and you feel this coldness seep within you as the life is drained out of you. And you see some of its skin kind of repairs itself as it pulls the energy out of you. The one kind of on the other side of the room lumbers towards you as well, and it's gonna go do the same thing.
Yay, lucky me.
Actually, tell a lie. The first one it has multi-attack. It's also going to swing. It's going to swing that blade weapon at you
Fabulous.
for a 14.
Meets it.
Okay, and that is
this is
5 slashing damage.
okay.
The other one is going to go for you as well.
Okay.
Same thing. It's going to go for a life drain.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to do anything. That is a 9 to hit. But it's when it doesn't quite, it kind of reaches out to grab you. The other one, it hitting you with the long sword, you kind of shouldering it off. You move out of the way. It's going to swing its long sword at you. And that's a 6 to hit. So
misses.
Both of them miss. Guinevere, the spectral entity hovering at the end of the room, just sort of shifts back and forth, and okay, I have to make a. If the target is a creature, the poltergeist makes a charisma check. Okay, seeing these two undead creatures attack you, Xander, both you and Grace, you see the debris in the room. It starts to rattle and shake, and there is just this energy building up around you as the walls begin to vibrate. The specter releases a scream, and that. Okay, so that's a 7 versus her. Oh, no bonuses to this. That's weird. 7 versus. Okay, 8. Okay, so she that wins. The Wyatt that missed you, that it's life drain and its weapon. You just see it lifted less than 2 or 3 feet off the ground, Grace, the one that had attacked Xander, and it is just slammed across the other side of the room. It takes. I'm going to use the object as a ranged weapon, attacking. Okay. I didn't realize I could have thrown it at the other thing. It's going to slam it into the wall. That's 6 plus. 11 damage. For 34. It is your action, Grace.
dokie. I am going to attack one of the ones closest to me with my scimitar.
That would probably be at this point the one that had attacked Xander first.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, no, you can still attack it, but it's the one that is next to Xander. The other one got flung across the room.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I'll still go for the one that's then lording over Xander after seeing him take a couple of hits.
Thank you.
So that is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
And perfect. So that is a 7 damage.
Okay.
And I am going to use my, because I used attack, I'm going to extra attack.
Mhm.
Should I roll to hit again, yeah?
Yeah, please.
25 to hit.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit.
And that's 8 damage.
Okay. Perfect. It's that you see it on top of Xander. Well, you do now because the other one had kind of come in around him a little bit. That has been lifted and flung across the room. And there's now a path towards this creature. And Grace, you just barrel right towards. Give me a nature check with advantage.
Nature check with advantage. Jeez, have I done a nature check this entire game? I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna need that advantage.
And you also have inspiration as well.
Oh yes, which is 1d8, is
1d8, yeah.
Okay, definitely gonna need that.
That is from Hesht.
Okay, so that is 1 second. And my nature. Yeah, not great. Still an 11.
It's that thing of you, like, now that you're up closer to this thing, I will tell you, it's not a zombie. As to what the nature of this as an undead creature is, you're not 100% certain. But yeah, there's something vaguely familiar about these creatures, but you know it's undead, but you don't know as to what aspect of that is. And then you just unleash your 2 attacks on it. And it's one, as the blade kind of connects and slices through, it's more of a jab back and right into the neck, kind of catching it. It again, like before when Xander struck it, it doesn't seem to react even with the scimitar buried into its neck.
Interesting.
Xander, your action.
Okay, lovely. Seeing Grace kind of come up and like engage with this thing as well, he kind of just gives like a nod of like appreciation, and he's going to kind of duck low and try and like go for its legs with his short sword again. I take it because Grace is engaged with it too, that I would get my sneak attack if I hit.
You do, yeah.
Perfect. +6. Okay, that's 18.
18 hits.
Woo! Okay, so that's 3d6 plus 3. Ooh, not the best. 9 plus 3, that's 12.
12 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, no, that's still pretty good.
My short sword is silver, by the way. I'm not sure if that makes a difference.
Let me... It doesn't... It doesn't? Grace, are your scimitars silver?
Let me double check. can't see anything. Weapon of Velenar elves?
But it doesn't state that the weapons themselves are made of silver or magical.
Not that I can see, no. I can just see that they're special. Yeah, double-ended scimitar, special, remarkably light, strong, sharp.
But neither silver nor magical.
Not that I can see now.
That's fine. So your weapons are only going to do half damage. So
Glad
Okay.
I mentioned that.
no, I'm glad you mentioned that.
So my attacks only do half damage, is it?
Yes, your blade when it connects, it'll only the damage will only be halved.
Okay,
Or
cool.
sorry, not only will be halved, but is halved when you attack. Bonus actions. Sorry, Thunder.
Bonus action, I want to attack with my dagger in my offhand.
Okay, yeah,
15 plus 6, 21.
it'll hit.
So that's just the dice damage. It's not like the plus. It's not like the damage bonus, isn't that right?
Correct. Yeah.
And that is a 3.
Okay. This thing, as you're burying your swords and your dagger kind of into it, you do like it doesn't seem to be holding itself up as much as it was. Like it seems heavier, as if whatever energy or whatever is animating this thing isn't as strong as it was seconds ago. But in that, as the kind of the necrotic force, that life or anti-life within it slips, it lunges out towards you again, Xander, with one of its hands, and that is a 16 to hit.
Yep.
And that is 5 necrotic damage.
Lovely.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw again.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, a constitution saving throw.
Okay. 16 plus 2, 18.
Yeah, 18 passes. And again, you feel that energy being pulled out of you. And like this coldness seeping into you. In a way before where that seemed to have healed itself. What little of it's there, it doesn't seem to react the same way the form doesn't. But it kind of throws its weight into swinging that chunk of iron at you for a 15 to hit. And that is wrong dice. That is 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And the other is going to come back in again towards the pair of you. Grace, it's going to lunge out at you. And that is... Yeah. Oh, you have protection from good and evil.
Disadvantage on any attacks on me.
Okay. That goes from a 22 to a... still an 18 to hit.
Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, it hits.
Take 5 necrotic damage. And again, a DC 13 con save, please.
Ooh, nice. 5 necrotic. Con save 22.
Okay, yeah. You, as it throws itself at you, one hand swinging a blade, the other kind of scratching and grabbing at you. When its hand connects, you feel this energy kind of pulled out of you, like it's almost like someone has just scooped the air out of your lungs with their hands as you kind of gasp for breath. And in that motion, it swings its sword down. It sticks into the earth, and from where you are, Grace, kind of you have vantage of the ballroom beyond. You see a door open, and it's slightly illuminated. There's someone standing in the doorway at the end of the ballroom, about 40 or 50 feet away. And it is Grace. It's your action. No, sorry, no, Guinevere. In this moment, and Alice, I'm just going to say, just out of game, you might want to check your messages real quick. In this moment, Zul 44, it's the traitor. As that door opens and a little bit of light spills into the ballroom, the room seems to... the energy shifts. The atmosphere presses down. And Xander, from where you are with the Wyatt, you see behind Grace down in further into the ballroom from where you had come, where you'd seen Juliette disappear. You see the spectral form of Guinevere just almost freeze. And you just hear, "Run. Run, Mr. Vernicier." And then she starts screaming. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, could it be any other stat? Natural 20!
Ooh.
Or 19.
Oh, because you have a -1. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Nat 20 and the nat 20 is the nat 20. Okay, nope. You feel yourself lifted off the ground for a moment as this energy surges around you. Like you are now kind of on your... and you don't... It's as if the air has grabbed you, Xander, and you are pulled up. And then you... the energy just dissipates around you, and you kind of steady yourself as you hit the ground on the flats of your feet. And you just see the spectral form of Guinevere Blackmore just shift through the room, swaying as if in a dance back and forth. And she is looming towards you and Grace.
In a positive way? A negative way?
Yes, looming positively.
Alish, I'm going to need you to make an initiative roll as well for me, please.
That's a 4 plus 1 is 5.
Okay.
Sync.
At the end, Grace, you're up next, and at this point, Alish, you get to act. So, Grace, your action.
Okay. Is that... I want to attack again. And I just realized that I actually kept forgetting that I had a couple of attacks each turn. So that's a 21 to hit the first one. That is a 7 damage.
Okay. 7 half 3. Okay. And your next attack?
Next attack is another 21.
Okay.
That is a 11 damage. And I have one more attack.
Okay.
Because I forgot that with my weapon, I get a bonus attack if I choose to attack. and that is an 18 to hit. Oh, mother.
Bye.
Ah, shit. Okay, so that one is. Oh, actually, no. With that bonus attack, I believe I only do 1d4. Sorry, let me just double check real quick. So I'm not. Yeah, that bonus is only 1d4. So for that one, it is a 2.
Okay. You rolled a 2, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. This thing is you were attacking the one that just attacked you, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So 5, 3, 8, 9. I'm trying to get my math right.
Math is hard.
Yeah, math
Oh,
is
it is so hard.
awful thing. Whoever invented it. You come barreling. Like this thing that came barreling towards you. You throw the full weight of your strength into it, and uh, each lash of the sword against it, you see the creature. Again, it doesn't seem to be trying to defend itself. Like it takes each attack like uh like they didn't matter.
Mm.
And in that you see, like, you wail into it, your blade slicing, hacking against sinew and bone. If it was living, if it was anybody, if it was anything else, if it was what it used to be, it would be lying at your feet dead. But whatever energy is keeping this thing standing, your attacks don't seem to be doing anything against it.
God. Okay. Um, is Xander up?
Xander is only kind of 5 feet from you, very much locked in with one of these creatures himself, though he is staring kind of at you and behind you.
He's looking
Uh,
rough.
Okie dokie. I'm going to move. So I'm going to move and try and put myself kind of in the way to give him a chance to get up.
Like I'm standing, but I'm like just hurt.
Looking rough as fuck.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, Grace is still gonna probably get in the way anyway, just to give him a bit of buffer.
Okay, so you're just kind of positioning yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, and it is the pair of you are sort of pincered by these two Wyatts, and like again, moving up the ballroom towards you, Xander. You see the ghost of Guinevere Blackmore just drawing closer. Eilish.
He's gonna move into the space, and
from where you are, you wouldn't like. You are about kind of. What's your movement speed?
ooh, I think just regular 30 foot.
Yeah, you'd only make it. You'd make it over halfway to them, but you'd make it into the room, but you wouldn't reach Xander, who is closer to you than Grace. But you can see the pair of them.
Okay. So his form has changed. And in the silhouette that you can see, he has that long trench coat on, and long red hair and a beard and the scar, and he gestures a hand out towards Grace and says, "My beloved."
Now's not the time.
You look like you're having fun. I thought I might join you.
You can help, yes, that would be great.
He draws a sword.
Okay, you won't. From where for you are kind of 20 feet away from. Unless you want to take the dash action and throw yourself into the fray.
Do I have? Is dash like
anyone can
anybody
dash?
has-
Yeah.
You dash.
Okay.
It's a bonus action
Yeah.
if you're a rogue, but it's not for
Okay.
you. So you can just
Yeah.
dash in.
Yeah, I'll just dash in then.
Okay. Any bonus actions?
No.
Okay. From the far end of the ballroom, Grace, where you just kind of in front of Xander, that silhouette comes spilling out of the doorway towards you. And for a second, it's that thing of no, like that man Victor McDaniels. It has to be another trick. It has to be. And then you hear his voice. You see Thane, Greyline, come charging towards you, sword drawn, with just this, with that shit-eating grin on his face. And there is confusion. There's anger, and underneath all of it, there is a wave of relief. And Xander, it is your action.
Do I see this person who I've never seen before?
Yeah, he just barrels past you.
Okay.
Right past, not right, like kind of right up to you and Grace. Like he's thrown himself into the fight.
Grace, we have to go. We need to get out. No.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, but we are leaving, and I will grab Grace. I want to bonus action disengage and, like, yank Grace and start going towards the other end of the room.
Whoa.
One, I don't think you can. Can you disengage with another?
Probably not, but I think I'm going to move anyway. I will go. Yeah, I will disengage and...
I'm imagining, like, you know when a mom is dragging a kid from the sweets in Tesco?
Yeah.
That.
We're
It's like,
at home.
Unless the sweets aisle was two undead creatures, we'd be fine. But in this instance, if you are going to let yourself be pulled by Xander Grace, they will get an opportunity attack on you.
Can I?
Yeah. Okay. I'll take it.
Can I interject?
Go for it.
Can I also grab her other wrist and be like, "Sweetheart, you're gonna miss all the fun,"
It's not
and
real,
took
Grace.
her back towards.
Both of you give me athletics checks.
Tee
Athletics. God damn it. 9.
17.
Can I react?
No.
Just a ragdoll here.
Xander takes your wrist, tells you you need to get out of there, and as he goes to pull you, Thane grabs your other hand and pulls you towards him. So, yeah. Meanwhile, these two undead creatures are very much still here.
Grr. Arg.
Xander, you can, if you let go, I will let you disengage.
Yep, I'm so he loses that fight, I guess, and he just kind of like takes a step back, looks Grace like dead in the eyes, like, we need to go. It isn't real. And I want to run. I'll try and take the wall route if I can. I'm trying to stay really out of dodge of reach of these things to try and make it down the room. If I can get onto the wall, would be
Okay,
nice.
you want to kind of run up along the wall.
Yes.
Are you? Can I ask? Are you?
I'm using my action to dash as well.
Yeah. So bonus action, disengage, action, dash, and are you heading in the direction you just saw this burly ginger man in the trench coat come from, or are you?
Yes, because that's the furthest away
Yeah,
from.
and
If that's the direction that Guinevere kind of eluded for me to go.
Well, she's behind you, coming to try and possibly kill you.
Yeah, we get away from her, so like the other direction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you, Grace sort of pulled from your grip. You kind of stumble back, kind of weaving out under the reach of the white, and locking eyes with her, you tell her to run, to go, and you immediately just run up along the wall, dashing towards the doorway you saw the man come from. The Wyatts are going to attack you, Grace, and Thane. And Grace, that is a... Oh, wait, it has disadvantage. Damn it. That's a 7, so it's then going to take its longsword attack, which is a 10, which I assume does not hit. And Thane, does an 8 hit?
Sure doesn't.
But a 17?
Hits.
Take 6 slashing damage. Both sort of swat out with their free hands to try and grab. Grace, you're getting a sense of their movement. You're getting a sense of how these things react. And you now know what they are. Like, you've kind of watched their movement. They are not zombies. They are faster than them. They seem to retain more of their sense of self than a reanimated, like a reanimated dead, like a zombie. They are whites, intelligent undead humanoids, and they just really fucking hate the living. They seem to be that anti-life within them is consumed with snuffing out life. And as you sort of move and pull free from Thane's grip, and it felt like his hand. You can feel the calluses, and that small little. I mean, he called it a birthmark. It wasn't there when you knew him, and it was there after he burned the sausages at the camp. That scar that never quite left his hand. But you get all these in glimpses as you sort of duck and dive out of the way of these creatures. They are slow, and you are fast, and you can make quick work of them. If only you had the right tools. And in that, the spectral force rushes past you both, Thane and Grace. And again, Xander, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
16.
Okay, you beat her. Again, you feel your feet pulled from the wall as your hands latch on, and you drag yourself forward as Guinevere goes to pull you off the wall towards her. Again, letting out this wailing shriek of frustration as she fixates on her dance partner. Grace, your action.
I'm gonna attack again. Is Thane still holding on to me?
No, you pulled from his grip to be able to kind of dodge the White's attacks.
Okay. I am going to listen to Xander, and also disengage.
Okay.
Booking it.
Take that then.
So you're just going to slip from the whites and then run, try to follow behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and you do that. You sort of slip out from this. If Thane has put himself between you and them, then that is where Thane can stay. As you duck down under from them, and you just bolt to that doorway you saw Thane come from.
Mm-hmm.
Thane.
You chicken. And he's just chuckling, laughing, and then throws a swipe at one of the Wyatts.
Okay. There's one that does look awful. Like it looks like it's barely standing.
That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
8 damage.
And your weapons are not magical or silvered.
No.
It doesn't matter. As this one, with Xander having kind of taken this thing down a couple of pegs, you make short work of what's left of it, Thane, as you just with your sword swing. You take the Wyatt's head clean off its shoulders. Its body falls down kind of backwards as the head goes flying across the room.
Come on, this thing isn't even a challenge. What the hell are you running from?
Grace is just kind of gonna throw over their shoulder and say, they knew when to back down from a fight. Don't know what you are. You look like him, you sound like him, God, you even smell like him, and you feel like him, but I know what I did. You can't be him. I've already seen you, what, twice in the last what? How long have we been in this decaying room?
How far am I from her?
About 30 feet.
Damn it. If I disengage and kind of march towards her.
You can't, because you took the attack action.
Oh, yeah.
You can just, and you can run towards her, but you do leave yourself open to an attack of opportunity. One's dead, the other White is still standing.
Yeah, fuck it. He's going to turn and move towards her, kind of almost dismissing the threat of the Wyatt behind him, and be like, Grace, can't you just accept that sometimes we get a win?
Are you delusional?
Has she got such a hold on you that you can't even for a glimmer of a second believe in something good in all of this? It can't always be doom and gloom.
You see, I did believe in good. I believed in good the first few months I didn't hear from you. I thought there has to be a good reason.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there you go. Now you sound exactly like him. We're not going to get a win. I don't get a win. She is gunning for me. She has
Wyatt
said so.
Lashes out as you turn and move, and it brings its long sword down against your back thing. Take 4 slashing damage. And Grace, you see it. You see the Wyatt as Thane turns to call out to you to turn to catch you or catch up to you. You see the Wyatt as the words cut out of your mouth at him. And where is this coming from, Grace? Where It's how long has it been? And how much has happened? And yet, those words, that pain he caused. As you see the Wyatt bring its longsword against his back, your own wounds open. And you feel tears in your eyes.
You abandoned me.
I had no choice, and you know it.
Oh, really? You had no choice. What's that? You couldn't even write a letter.
Everyone
What was I
here,
supposed to?
we have a choice now. We can leave. I suggest we stop arguing. We can leave that till later.
Put out.
Hey,
Mister.
you leave him alone.
Oh, you moved on that quickly?
Like you did?
I never stopped thinking about you.
Oh, really? Really?
Really,
If
Grace.
you hadn't, you would have found some way to get in touch. Some way.
I tried. You know the power she has.
Xander, it is your action.
Cool. I'm gonna keep kind of crawling along this wall.
Just gonna let mom and dad fight. I'm just gonna.
I'm
Is that?
throw you away here.
Yeah.
Zool has the popcorn on, so
Yeah,
the other room.
I'm gonna mentally say to Grace, just like, you need to stop engaging with him. You need to leave. He's trying to get you to stay. I don't trust him. And I'll continue scuttling along this wall.
And Xander, you've been given inspiration.
Oh,
Nice.
thanks.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
You from here, yeah, you can make it clearly out of the room.
Okay, that's also dangerous. So I will just hover at this door and kind of steel myself if my new friend Guinevere comes to try and get another dance out of me, because I'm not really. My feet are sore.
Okay. So are you holding your action?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the Wyatt is gonna go for you again, Thane.
Grace,
12.
please. That meets a pizza.
Take 6 slashing damage. I'm rolling the wrong dice. Hang on 1 second. Take 9.
Jacques!
9 slashing damage.
You motherfucker.
Yeah. Thane again, completely and totally ignoring the creature behind him. You see the Wyatt just again. It is carving into him, and you see Thane kind of almost buckle under this attack.
I'm so angry at you, but also disgusted at the relief I feel right now to even just fight with you. But this is not you. Like, maybe you've changed. Maybe you changed a lot since I last saw you, but this, letting yourself get attacked for the sake of an argument to get me to stay in a room that has been filled with God knows fucking what. She is the spitting image of that person I saw in the garden, and you want me to stay here and do what thing? Do what? Grovel? Say I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was vengeful. I'm sorry I was petty. I am sorry. I am. But I'm also fucking annoyed. So mad at you. I pined. Me, pined over you. And you, yes, she has some sway. But Thane, you've always been creative. You'll always find a loophole, some shape or other. You
How do you
couldn't.
think I'm here now?
No. This.
Do you hear yourself?
Yes,
You're literally contradicting yourself without even finishing a sentence.
Do you know what? This is not the arena for this. I'm going to leave. If you want to continue this, we can. When we're not under threat by any other creatures, bar the bitterness in our own hearts. But right now, he has done more for me in the last few weeks than you had for a while. And that's on you. So yes, I am being a chicken. Yes, I am going to leave. If you want to die here, that's your prerogative. Just remember, you left. And Grace is going to turn and go to Xander.
You get from where you are and the movement. Yeah, you can make it. You can make it into the room beyond.
Sorry, I just have to say the caption said "Go to Santa."
Come to me, Santa Claus.
You can make it from where you are, Grace, to Xander and the room beyond, if you wish.
Yeah.
Okay. Xander, Grace, you hear her just roaring at this man. Whoever he is, whatever he is, there's something. She obviously knows him. There's something between them. She just storms past you into the room. And Grace, you are standing in a huge master bedroom. The Wyatt went. Guinevere is going to try and pull you into the room, Xander. So it's strength, towards her. Yeah.
Into the bedroom or into the...
No,
sorry.
into the ballroom, further towards her.
She's a fast mover, our Gwynny.
That's a 16.
Oh, it's 16 to hit me?
16 to pull
Oh,
you.
yeah. My AC is 14.
Okay. Oh no, so it's versus your strength, so you have to give me a strength check.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
Oh, I have inspiration!
Yeah.
Oh, please, somebody clip that.
Oh,
Please.
Yeah,
Somebody
I got
clip
it.
that.
I'm on it.
Oh my god. Oh, my life has been spared on this day. That's 20 total.
Okay. She again, this form of this young woman, and you can just see her appearance is like light and webs almost, Xander, but you can make her out. You know it's Guinevere, and you just see this rage in her. And again, you feel yourself. You just feel this force pulling on you, and you are able to shirk it off. You held your action, so what would you like to do?
I will look at Guinevere in the eye, if she has any. Speak. I'll find the keys, like I promised. And I will slip into the room with Grace.
Thane.
I mean, I'm still getting attacked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's going to take a... I can't move and attack, can I?
You can...
Sorry, I can't attack and then disengage.
No, because you can take the disengage action and then move.
Yeah, he's going to disengage and follow them.
Okay. You do. It's that thing of you kind of throw yourself forward. And that last attack, it cut deep. Like it, you can feel the blood trickling down your back. And as you sort of lunge forward, it reaches. You're too quick. You don't know if it was luck or what, but as the dizziness kind of catches you, you do sort of spill forward, out of its reach, and then you throw yourself into that sort of stumbling run, and you're only 20 feet from the door. You see Grace and that man who she's with step through the other side into the master bedroom. If so, Xander and Grace, if we argue that you kind of left combat, but is there anything that you'd like to do in this moment?
Okay, let me check what I have here. When I would like to even when we get into the room, kind of like hold my hands up and like a sort of like fog starts to like billow in. I would like to use fog cloud and try to obscure Grace and I from everything else that's in that room.
Okay. So you're just going to try and... Okay, got it. You do... again, it is just a thing of you hold your hands out and this, at first, quite ethereal fog just spills forth from the palms of your hands, Xander, and then it becomes this heavy, blanketed fog. And you and Grace, the pair of you are enveloped by it as you both hear a voice call out, hello? I know there's somebody in here. Can I... Hello? And Grace, you recognize the voice. The Wyatt is going to come stumbling after you, Thane, with an attack. That is a nat 20.
Great.
I need you to make a con save for me.
I can do that.
And I need you to take 9 necrotic damage.
Look at that 20.
All of us getting the hand waves in.
You're still going to take 9 necrotic damage.
No.
But you don't. It doesn't have any. Like you feel its grip. You're able to pull free from it. But you do kind of feel kind of that dizziness welling up around you.
I'm getting a little woozy here.
And it's going to make its other attack roll.
Buckle up, buckaroo. Here it comes again.
Good lord.
I'll just do the hands. Nat 20.
Yeah, fuck off.
So,
Emily, help.
What am I looking for? Hang on. I never get these. Yay.
You did the real hand.
Nice, you got one against me.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't get one in the last 2 seconds. So that's 10 plus. Take
No.
14 slashing damage.
Woo!
Okay. I'm down.
Okay. It comes barreling towards you. Its hand reaches and grabs. You feel the energy pull forward, and as you stumble free, something catches you in the back thing. And Grace, as you watch from the door, you see this thing impale its long sword through Thane's stomach. And he falls to his knees. And he collapses. Xander. Sorry, Thane. Death saving throw, please.
No, motherfucker. 8.
Okay, you can enough. Guinevere is going to start throwing stuff violently around the room.
No, not hands.
No, she's just going to start throwing stuff violently around the room. I am going to roll a d12, Eilish. If I roll a 12, she will strike you with debris, and that is another failed death save automatically. Okay. And just for the sake of clarity, I will record it just in case people think I'm. That's a 5. You hear some of the debris just smash through around the room. You can hear Guinevere screaming and wailing Xander as she's lifting just these collapsed tables and chunks of the wall and just slamming them across the room violently. Grace.
Oh, you're muted.
That makes sense. I was making a lot of noise then. I was, oh shit. Okay. Grace is going to kind of like call out a bit when Pain is impaled, like just that kind of like. But they're going to kind of like like try and grab in the air at Xander in the hope that he's like really close by, because obviously they can't see shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like standing right beside them.
Okay, so he's gonna like she's going to end up gripping some probably bit of his shirt or something, and you're just gonna hear a thud. Grace kind of like just falls on their knees, a hand clamped over their mouth. You're just gonna hear like very quiet, like no, not again. They're not gonna go towards him.
Xander, you can see through the fog, right? You like that's one of the when you cast fog clouds. You did.
Here it is. First time I've done this. And the area is heavily obscured. It doesn't say that I can or that I can't.
Then I don't think you can. If you're in it, I think if you cast it on yourself, you're also so.
You played yourself.
Yeah. I just I kneeled down in the fog beside Grace and just kind of put a hand on their shoulder. It's okay. We're going to be okay. We just need to keep moving. Are you hurt?
It's yeah, but it's nothing. Yeah, let's go, please. I just need to leave.
Okay. Can I like kick the door closed?
Yeah. The door, just as you it's kind of like blindly kind of kick for your foot finds it, Xander, and you just again you kind of give it a good hard sharp kick, and as the door closes, you just hear a band start up and music begins to play in the room beyond, and a voice calls out again. Hello? I'm very much aware of the giant fog cloud. Has one of the servants left the window open?
This poor woman has had her sleep disturbed 3 times.
Terribly sorry. I started to disperse it.
And as it just...
Oh, never mind. I can't.
Okay.
It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles an hour, disperses it.
No, okay, yeah. It's just there is just fog in this woman's room.
So I have a question about the woman's voice. Is this like obviously I'm just gonna run through like the voices I've heard recently. Is this Eleanor or is
It
it the
is
lady in the garden?
Eleanor.
Right.
Hmm.
And um, I'm going to answer. Say, apologies, lady. There seems to have been an accident. We'll get this fog cleared out as soon as possible.
Sorry, Declan. It's a concentration spell. If I stop concentrating on it,
Yeah,
surely it would
Okay.
go away, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I drop concentration on it.
You do. You drop again
Great
in
job.
that you drop the concentration. Yeah, Zool, as even just said, yeah, you can just drop the concentration on Fog Cloud.
Okay, cool.
You just it is a thing of Zool. You Zool, Xander, you kind of refocus,
Hmm.
and as the fog cloud dissipates, that woman that Grace had described to you earlier on, the woman she had met in her dream or in the morning or in the hall, what you don't, but you see this tall elven woman, uh, long blonde hair, standing there in this very light kind of night dress with a kind of a nightgown now kind of thrown over her, a plunging silver necklace and locket hanging from her neck. And she's staring at the pair of you very, very perplexed.
Terribly sorry to intrude. I look around. Is there a chair anywhere? Because I'm like messed up. I like to collapse into it, please.
Grace will help him get settled in a chair.
I know you.
Yes.
I met you when I first came here. What are you doing in my room?
We just left the. Okay. There's some really strange stuff happening right now.
He sent you, didn't he? He sent you.
Who? Oh no. I'm.
He's not
We
going
were.
to sign those papers, is he?
What papers? I don't.
Bastard! And she turns and like her robe spills behind her as she spits the curse word. And you see her disappear behind this tall door. And there's rummaging, like she's searching for something.
Lady, I think you mistake. You've mistaken me for someone else. I'm. We are from very much a different time, I believe, than this current time, and we are trying to survive as best as we can in this labyrinth of a home, and there are things trying to kill us at every turn. We have nothing to do with papers from your husband.
There's silence in the room beyond.
Grace is going to take in Xander's wounds and. Okay.
I'm fine. If we need to move on, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Grace is going to like sling one of Xander's arms over their shoulder and like just lift and try and see if there's any other door other than the one that they had just come in through.
As you kind of look around the room, and you see the kind of the doorway that she seems to have slipped through, peering kind of through kind of the door ajar. You can't see her, but you do make out it looks to be like kind of a walk-in kind of wardrobe or vanity room, Grace. And then from the wall, from the southern wall, kind of just close to the bed, you hear a door open. And a older gentleman probably hitting his late 50s, early 60s, steps through. And his skin is grey. He is emaciated. His eyes are sunken into the back, and you can see long strands of wet white hair clinging to his scalp helplessly. He is mostly bald. His clothes are wet. You see his body writhe unnaturally. Like it's not, like the skeleton that is within doesn't appear to be human. And he has something in his hand. And he slips past the both of you, paying neither of you any attention.
Does he seem to like see us at all, or?
No, he seems oblivious. You don't know, actually, Xander.
Okay.
He doesn't react to either of you. Either he doesn't regard the pair of you, or he doesn't see the pair of you. You can't be certain. But he slips in through the crack in that door. Julian. Please. No! And the smell of blood fills the air. And that's where we'll leave the session. Yeah. That's where we'll leave it.
Oh.
Big thank you to Tendai, Soph, and Alish. Oh, the energy feels really weird there at the end.
Well, someone just got murdered.
I'm literally on death saves.
Well, listen, if you want to visit picking fights.
Thank you so much for tonight's session. That was an absolute blast to run. Big thank you to everybody who joined us in chat except Emily.
Wow! Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, Emily.
Zool, that inspiration. I don't think I've ever seen anybody as
Oh my god.
relieved to have been granted inspiration. That's serendipitous. The fact that we finally figured out how to set up the channel points and everything.
It was meant to be.
Zool just swing in.
That really came in clutch.
Thank you, Zool.
A dagger or key. We'll have to find out. But she clearly had something around her neck. Yes.
Don't forget, Rosa's thorns.
Oh yes, thank you. Instead of our stars and wishes or roses and thorns for tonight's session, we are doing echoes and laments. So while I'll do some wrapping up, that gives you a minute or two to think about who your echo is for tonight and what you are lamenting for our next session.
What exactly are these? Because I've never done this before.
So you give an echo. So it's sort of like you want to acknowledge a player who either a really cool trick in combat or a really awesome roleplay moment that you want to acknowledge. And at the end, the player with the most echoes will carry a session inspiration into the next episode. It's sort of it's not a session. It's just you have it. It's just it follows you until you cash it in, and you can have a maximum of 2 of those kind of. It's like extra inspiration, but it's specifically for roleplay or combat sort of stuff that you get to award. You can also award it to the DM. Just saying. And if you do vote for me, I won't use it against you.
Are you sure?
No.
No.
And your lament then is very much kind of something that you are hoping to maybe resolve or figure out, either for your character or the story, but something that you kind of want to see maybe addressed in the next episode from your perspective. So again, a big thank you to Tendai, Soph, and Eilish. Emma, if you're watching this on VOD, I hope your evening turned out a little bit better. I hope all are well and sleeping, and you've had a chance to relax a small bit. So mind yourself. A big thank you to everybody in chat, even Emily. Regretting that last part there. But we are D8 Dungeon. We are a group of tabletop role playing game enthusiasts from all over, as Eilish said earlier on, but predominantly based in Ireland. We produce a couple of different shows here on Twitch, alternating on Mondays and Thursdays. And I have another horror series starting in a couple of weeks, based this time on the Monster of the Week system. And if you're into the 1980s and you are into the nostalgia of horror from that period, and all things occulty, witchy, and supernaturally, then you are going to want to check out our upcoming campaign, Marked for Midnight. If that's not your cup of tea and you want something a little bit different, on Thursdays we alternate two different shows. Ben and Declan on a Roll is our TTRPG talk show where myself and Ben from D8 Dungeon and Homebrew get together and we talk all things TTRPG. And every other Thursday, we have our brand new show, TTRPG Trials, where 4 GMs, 4 different systems, take a turn cracking open the plastic seal on a game that's been sitting on their shelf. And they talk us through how to play, they play it, and then they review it. We've just done the first interview with the creator for this first game, Stewpot, and I had the absolute pleasure to sit down with Takuma Okoda last night and interview them about their work, and that was just, you'll see me gush the whole way through. I couldn't. I was like, this is embarrassing. I'm just yeah. But it was just phenomenal to sit there and listen to someone who's incredibly creative talk about Grim Creative. You can check all that out on Thursdays. And if you're like, Twitch, I can do it on Mondays. Well, we also have an award-winning podcast, Romancing the Dungeon, with a brand new episode this Friday, and new episodes every second Friday on all major podcast platforms. Okay, enough out of me. Tendai, your echoes and laments.
Ooh. I'll have to go with that echo, Eilish. Oof. That was intense. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, no, no. Just when I thought I was over him. No, that was superb, beautiful, shady shit. So of course I have to love it. Laments. I think that was pretty awesome. I don't have any laments really. I enjoyed all of that. It had a nice flow of different things happening. There's a lot of like laughter as well, I think, to cut through some of the heavier moments. So I also would, if I could do another echo, I would 100% send one to Xander too.
Oh, fuck you. I thought I was getting in. I can and I will kill Xander. I'm going to put that
out.
Well, you tried your best today. You really did.
Jeez.
Soph?
For like all the kind of little teamwork they had this session, my echo is going to T and Grace. I just think, like, you know, they Xander and Grace have kind of had some clashes sometimes, but they're kind of more teaming up and looking out for each other today. I really liked. My laments, I love that session. That was great. I guess I'm just kind of like focused on finding out and learning more about these keys. And that whiplash with Guinevere. My goodness, she wants to dance with me, then she wants to kill me, I guess. My dancing wasn't that bad, I didn't think. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward for these keys. I'm intrigued.
And Eilish, your echoes and laments for the next episode?
Okay. It's so close, but I have to give it to T because that argument was so good. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get her. She's gonna be so wrapped up in it. And then you were like, no, because I'm still mad at you. Way to hold a grudge, Grace.
Listen, if there's anything that Grace can do, it's a grudge. It's a grudge.
But I will say, like, it's such a close one because I was like loving that Sander was like, "You fake, get out of my face, we're leaving."
Get out of here.
It's like, it's like that one. It's like, don't listen to him. Don't
Yeah.
listen.
It's like the good angel and the bad angel.
It really is. It really is.
Oh, funny. Laments. I just hope I don't roll 2 more death saves next week.
Fair point.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm on
I
6
I
HP.
really don't want to have to
I'm
roll
lamenting
a
about
new
my HP.
character.
Yeah.
So, T, that means you are taking an echo with you of inspiration into. You can use it at any point in the campaign. You can hold on to 2 echoes, but they do expire at the end of the campaign, and you can't hold
Yeah.
more than 2. So just be mindful of that. Um,
In the
that
dice.
yeah, that was I. Thank you so much. I will flag something very very quickly. The next episode of Saving Grace is on the 20. What do we say? The 24th
24th.
of
Yeah.
March. Um, here in Ireland, for any of our friends abroad who are watching, that happens to coincide with an event organized by the Irish Cancer Society, Daffodil Day. And for the last couple of years, they've been teaming up with Twitch streamers and content creators to try and raise money for Irish Cancer Society and cancer research, supporting people going through their battle with cancer, as well as providing services for family as well. And for the last couple of years, we have done our best to try and participate in that. And this year, it's no different. So I've said to the Saving Grace cast that we might pause the campaign because I don't want to. But what I'd love to do is through donations uh, have some fun with the audience, putting the crew through the house, and
Turn
throwing
some more
in
of those tiles.
yeah throw it I tell you what, I actually think one of the incentives should be I add another tile.
Oh Jesus.
I will let somebody in chat add a tile into the pile because there's 12 tiles, but there is a 13th miscellaneous one, and I will allow somebody add in another tile, and it won't be a respite, it won't be a place
Oh.
to rest.
Wow.
But
Well,
you will be
dreams
able
crushed.
to donate to help as well as hinder, and there will. Yeah, I'll think about it. We might make a bit of a competition. We might do a bit of a competition on it. But you will be able to donate to help or hinder, and even plant more monsters in the wave
Come
against
on.
And why would you do that? That's mean.
for charity.
That's
It did
terrible way to support a charity.
But all week long, we will be organizing a couple of different games. TTRPG Trials will also take a break, and I think they're running a game about geese.
Oh yeah.
I think there's a game. There's talks of a game about geese on the Thursday night. On Friday night, there's a return to random DMs, but it's random DMs, random players, and also random one shot. The whole thing is random. The whole thing is random. So that's on the Friday. On the Tuesday, I will be playing Baldur's Gate 3. And if we raise enough money before the stream, I will do every voice that you'll be able to. I will start out as Roz Greypurse.
What's our target?
For before the stream, €200. If we raise €200 before that stream,
Sold.
I will do, and then you can donate to make me change. You can donate the whole thing will be. You get to create the character. You'll get to donate to pick my choices. You will have me squirm as I do all the evil stuff. I play nice characters.
Yeah, sure.
Don't DM nice, but I play video games as a nice person.
I was about to say.
And then on Wednesday I will be running a one shot myself as well. I have to recruit for that. So if you're up for playing that, anybody here, and you want to play a game of Goblins Without a Plan, because that's the game. It's a game called Goblins Without a Plan.
Nice.
And
So on brand.
yeah, you have to rob a tribute to, because you're going to a goblin ritual mass. And you've also you're part of a clan, and your clan has forgotten to bring something to the mass. So without a plan, you have to come up with something real quick. So that is the 24th, Zul. So the 24th will be Saving Grace, the charity stream. The 25th will be Declan has Baldur's Gate ruined on him by Twitch chat. The Wednesday, the 26th, is the Goblins Without a Plan. The 27th is Gay Geese, I think is what they're calling it. I think it's Be Gay
G.E. Fodder.
G.E. Father, yeah. Be Gay, Do Geese Crimes, I think they're calling it. I'm not 100%
Nice.
certain. And Friday night, which is the 28th of March, will be the end of our goal is to raise €1,000 for the Irish Cancer Society that week. So and all week long, all the donations will be going directly to the Irish Cancer Society, but your donations will be able to influence the games, like always. Okay, that's enough out of us. Have a great evening, the rest of your evening, and have a great week. And we will see you here again tomorrow for TTRPG Trials.
Oh yeah, 'cause it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Yeah, I keep
forgetting.
Monday. No,
Yeah.
it's not. We moved this one, so yeah, it is. I was like, oh, it's Monday. No, it's Wednesday. Yay, it's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. But TTRPG Trials is on tomorrow from 8 p.m. So join Amber and the crew for that. And then do not forget there's a brand new episode of Romance of the Dungeon out. And if you thought the last episode was dumb, that's all I'm saying with that one. And
We're amazing, and you love us.
y'all are dumb. You're so dumb.
No debate.
Mind yourselves. Have a great week, and hopefully we see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.